My name is Davor. In 1989, my wife Nina and I left Croatia and moved to Australia 2 years before the war started. We're traveling back to Zagreb to stay with my family for a couple of months. I'm taking my video camera with me and will try to do some filming. This is what I planned.
For me, this journey is emotional. I had hoped to be visiting my homeland with my own family, with my own child. This hasn't happened. I'm 40 and I'm still not a mother, but I privately hope to change this.
Years ago, while still living in Zagreb, I planned to make a documentary on Croatian orphanages. In the aftermath of the recent war, I feel challenged by the same idea. As we walk into the first orphanage, it is not what we expected. Regardless of the recent war, the majority of children are here for pretty common reasons.
Jel imaš brata I sestru?
Da, imam brata I sestru. Četiri brata, mi smo sve skupa 4. Onda mi nekaj donese I tako. S kim se igram tu, ne smije otići.
Meni kad je mama rodila, onda još je bilo sa mnom. Onda sam imao 5,5 mjeseca, onda je ona mene napustila, onda kad sam imao 6 godina, 6 mjeseci ili 6 godina, onda je ona umrla I onda je mene od 6 godina je mene baka hranila nadalje.
When Davor asked me to help him organize the filming, I agreed. I tried to look relaxed, but being so close to these children affects me deeply. September 8, 2000. I found an old diary at my mom's place. I wrote it when I was 16 with a 10-year plan in my mind. The plan was to graduate from uni, get married and have my first child by the age of 26. My plan hasn't been fulfilled. Instead, it's been marked with painful memories of frequent miscarriages, ectopic pregnancies, IVF attempts and depression. I recall the last ectopic pregnancy when I saw the embryo through the ultrasound. Its heart was still beating. The idea of adopting a child came to me then. I tried to talk to Davor about it, but I didn't want to force him into something he wasn't ready for.
Filming has been going on for 2 weeks now. With Nina's help, I've been recording everything, including the two of us. But I'm still looking for a story.
Davor is so absorbed in his world that he doesn't seem to be aware of what's going on in mine. I decided it's time to talk to him about it. Mislim, šta sam mogao očekivati? Ti dobro znaš, kroz što sam ja prošla, ti dobro znaš da sam ja emocionalna. Mislim, ja nisam kamera, ja sam ljudsko biće. I to kao što, znaš, me jako dira. Sve to skupa.
Ne, ja nisam imao da će se to toliko dirati.
Evo, sad ga ima. Sad čuješ od mene direktno.
Mislim, ako te to toliko pogađa, onda si mora ostati lijepo kod kuće i baviti se nekim drugim poslom. Ne moraš ići smjerno na snimanje. Ja ti nisam rekao da moraš ići smjerno na snimanje.
Šta znam, sve to skupa baš puno ne dira. Ništa.
Da me ne dira, ne bi to ni snimao, kužiš. Mislim, odluka da to snimam, vjerojatno postoji negdje u meni neka odluka. Vjerojatno me to ne zanima. Mislim, znači ne bi to snimao da me ne zanima. Mislim.
Gle, ja to vidim ovako, mislim, ja ovo vidim stvarno kao jedinstvenu priliku. I mislim da bi barem trebali pokušati. Barem bi trebali pokušati, ako ništa drugo.
A onda koga da traže vas? Vi ćete onda znati.
We decide to talk to Hela to see if we would be eligible to adopt a Croatian child.
Način. Ako... da idu pogledat dijete. Pa mogu...
Hela tells us we are too old to adopt a baby. She suggests we visit a foster family out of Zagreb. There is a 3.5-year-old girl who might be available for adoption.
Petra Padro.
Petra lives in a small village about 100 kilometers east of Zagreb. Nina seems to be calm. I feel pretty tense, but I'll try to keep filming.
Ostala bez posla, onda sam se odlučila na to, posvetim djeci svoje ljubavi i njima i kod kuće se mjeseci napravim i oko kuće.
I dobite nešto i to je dobro.
Da, dobro, to nisu 1300 kuna i nije redovno. Nemaju novaca, po 3 mjeseca 4 nema.
Da, da.
Sriče koja se prekrižuje.
Goga, Petra's foster mother, is slightly nervous about our visit. Petra had been staying with her for the last 3 months. Goga would like to keep her with Dado, the foster boy she's been taking care of since he was a baby. The 2 older girls are Goga's birth daughters. Goga and her husband Nikola are migrants from Bosnia. Despite their difficult circumstances, they share what they have with the foster children.
Petra was born into a family destroyed by acute alcoholism, and her life was in danger.
I ja mi rekla u nazivu da će malo ići na posvojenje. Ona počne plakati. Vidite kakav reći. Ima ženu, ima djeci. Ima prugasti repić. I ja mi onda si sve misliš da se ona...
Ona je mala slatka, užasno i sviđa mi se i sve, ali teško mi je zamisliti da je nekako otmem, mislim da je nekako uzmem iste idilične situacije.
Meni se malo dopalo, mislim da ima baš neke sjajne kvalitete i probaj nju zamislim kao tako kakva je da dođe u Melbourne. Ona već sad govori i crta i pleše i ima nekakav stav i s onim rukicama u džepovima. Mi ne oduzimamo ili ne bi uzeli od njene mame, mislim. To je njen privremeni boravak, to me je stvar. Boravak je lijep, ali je privremeni boravak. Mislim, tu je taj catch, tu je to. Mislim...
In my heart, I know what I want. but I'm afraid of making a mistake and hurting Petra or someone else. By the next morning, my doubts have gone. I know what we have to do.
Filming has taken a different course. I can't wait to see Petra again.
Ja nisam prvih tjedan, dva nikud mogla u kupaonu, sobu, djecu da idem spremiti. Ona je samo tražila mama, primi me mama. Jer ipak ona nije tak mala, ona sad zna da ja nju nisam rodila. Mada me zove mama jer vidi po djeci moje zove me mama, čuje. To ide sa dvojica. A svjesni smo toga da će otići jednog dana. Žao mi bude, normalno, ja onaj dan prvi sam...
A, čujte, kaj?
Plakala cijeli dan mi upovali, ja samo nju posmatram i gledam.
Nosi mi se geja boja.
Petra,
To su zvončiki.
Petrica, hoćeš dati teti još jednu pusicu? Ajde. Joj, slatke pusice, Bože.
Jak.
Joj.
We try to steal every moment to be alone with Petra, but the other wants our attention too. I'm not sure how to deal with it, but I'm trying to do my best.
I would be very happy to try and adopt both of them, but Dado is not available for adoption.
My family in Zagreb, who we are staying with, is excited about our decision to try and adopt.
Šta ti misliš? Bolje curicu po svoje tri dečka?
Kako se potrebi nikada, ja mislim da je bilo bolje curicu.
In her 70s, my mum still doesn't have a grandchild.
Više se za roditelji. Mislim da se moje se sa Pinatom omahla.
My sister, a single professional, is more than happy to become an auntie.
Za sebe. Da. Nema više da ona posjeća.
We start chasing legal documents needed by the authorities. The Croatian legal system is very supportive of adoption undertaking.
Je tu kod nas šta bilo vođeno?
Ne.
Soba 3.
But the bureaucracy is still very disorganized and sometimes nerve-wracking.
Nije on meni to rekao, ja sam opet nazvala gospođu Burec na to. Ovo sam dobila sada u...
Općini centar.
Da, evo. Znači, nema na evidenciju.
Moramo voditi. Ana, nemojte me. Dogovorite sve sa šefom.
Our anxiety is taking its toll.
Pa psuješ me, podižeš glas i ostaviš me na cesti. Eto šta mi radiš. To je oblik agresivnosti. Ja prema tebi nisam agresivna, a ti jesi. Ja ne bih volila da budeš agresivan u obitelji, kuš, pred djetetom. Ja ne bih volila...
Kao to se sad dešava svaki dan, i uspoređuješ me s nekim idiotima kojiš, stvaraš sliku u meni koja ne postoji. Ta slika ne postoji koja ti pričaš. To nisam ja, to je neko drugi.
While waiting for our application to be assessed, we decide to find out more about Petra.
Petra je oduzeta majci zato što ju je majka, a i navodni otac zlostavljali, to jest zanemarivali su njene potrebe. Majka je bila tako alkoholizirana da dijete ne bi vikalo, njoj na glavu stavila jastuk. I to je vidjela policija kad je ulazila unutra i odveli su majku na triježenje u policijsku stanicu i tako je dijete smješteno.
Ja Petru iz tih prvih dana, dakle iz 2. mjeseca 3. ove godine, pamtim po tome da je ona bila izrazito ustrašeno dijete. Dosta teško se adaptirala na život u domu. Djelovala je vrlo nježno, vrlo povučeno.
These statements deepen my feelings for Petra. I start imagining the life she had before moving in with Goga, and I wonder what kind of parent would treat their child in such a way.
Halo, dobar dan, ovdje Nida Nova. Kako ste? Evo zovem u vezi male Petre, da vidim imali što novog, jer bi zapravo ovaj petak mi trebali putovati natrag. Stiglo je? A što je stiglo? A kako je to rješenje? Mislim, kada će biti rasprava ili... A riješeno je?
The day I remember for the rest of my life.
Aha, i šta piše?
Our application has been successful. We've just become Petra's parents.
To je fantastično. Super. Aha. I što sad to znači? Možemo, ja? Aha.
We won't be traveling to Melbourne for a while. We are traveling to Gorgas to sign the adoption order. I can't believe this is really happening. We met Petra only 2 weeks ago. Viš krakopis.
Evo, ovo je naše.
Petra, aj znate reći tjetama doći tjeta opet nama. Da se igram.
Neću zaboraviti nikada. I strašno će mi faljati, ali ću biti svjesna sam toga, vrijeme će liječiti. Sjetit ću se uvijek njezinih priča, hodanja, igranja s Darkom, pogotovo sad su njih dva ko brat i sestra.
Mora se
Ajde, spavaj u krevet.
Velika Petra. Onda sam ju ja znala pitati gdje je mama i jel voliš mamu. Stalno je ponavljala, ja mamu ne volim, mene mama tukla. Pa jel bi ti volila da tvoja mama dođe? Ne.
Mama, ja mamo.
Tako je, Zlato.
Looking at Petra, I try to imagine her birth mother. I wish I had a chance to meet her and form an opinion for myself.
Bilo je malo čudno. Došla je do djeteta, dole gdje se kupala, malo se počela sakrivati od nje. Bježat ne oko bazina, znaš. I ova sad bleji i gleda kako neće dijete ići k njoj, ne. I da što je promrgala onako, prosto, ono, sunce ti tvoje, ja te ubim, ali nikam ne beš. Znaš, niće ne buš. Dobro.
The big day has come. We are going to pick up our daughter. Dao is worried about how Petra is going to react. I'm nervous too, but I can't wait to hold her and bring her home.
A ti? Gdje si ti tati? Ha. Joj, slatke pusi.
Mora tak biti, a neko ona samo ide i bude sretna u životu. Ja sam sretna što ona stvarno došla k vama u prave ruke, pravim ljudima, kad niš nije u životu imala da bar nešto bude. I sinoć njemu baš sam rekla, ipak se pod sretnom zvijezdom rodila. Kak je god bilo, sve što je bilo, to je prošlo, sad da ona svoj život.
Pa briši sa gumicom ovo kaj sam upravila.
Dobro, budete se na nju privikli i čujte.
Ma lako to, mi smo se već privikli, glavno da se ona na nas privikla.
Bude, nema problema, bude ono,
Lako za nas, mislim.
Ja mislim da bude, znači, ona ipak tako djete nježna i samo traži ljubav.
Pa da.
Samo traži ljubav i da se s njom i ona bude privikla kak je god i mene pri nas.
I'm not sure if Petra really understands what's going on, but she seems to be in control. This is not the case with me.
A ne trebate to, morate biti sretni.
Jer tada nema auto dobar da tebe odvede, samo da pogleda životi i odmah će tebe vratiti, a ti mami. Dobro mama, ići ću onda.
Pa da.
Dado je zloče, zato neće ga striček.
Nije dobar dan.
Pa dobar je rekao, ali on nije ko ti dobar.
Evo da tata to malo sad.
Sinoć kad sam ju kupala, ovak, ja nisam baka, ja vam ne mogu to objasniti. I ja sam znam, mislim, ako i to kod vas zavisi, možda ću ja tu nekad vidjeti, a možda neću nikada, ipak je to daleko. Doći mama, ti ćeš doći mama, mama ne može.
Mami sve stati ispricala tu i sekama. Dado, pusu daj.
Neće se ljubit, Dado.
Oće, bude dao pusu.
Moram shvatiti ovu.
Aj, bude došla petla tebi.
Moram da vratiti ovu.
Pa da.
Neka drži.
Papa! Ajde maši Petra. Papa!
Bog je lijepa moja mala čula.
Kako lijepo ona brate.
Kako je lijepa moja mala čula. Bog.
This moment is absolutely thrilling, almost surreal.
Da.
Ne smijem ja biti ovdje? Da se sramiš, Petrica? The social workers told us what to expect at the beginning, but the reality doesn't always match the theory. Ljutiš na mene, Petra? A nemate? Koliko ti mama imaš, Petra?
10.
10 mama? A tata? Koliko tata imaš?
10.
Isto 10 tata. Su tate dobri?
Nema tate. Tamo je on drugi.
Ko nema tate?
Tata je tataša.
Petra wants to be close to me all the time. She seems to be happy with us, yet she cries quite often for an obvious reason. The psychologist advises us that a child like Petra is aware that we are different from the adults she met early in her life. By crying, she is testing our love to see how far she can go with us.
A voliš mamu? Ne voliš? Voliš? A mene? A ti voliš Petru? Ti voliš ti sebe? Ti voliš sebe, Petra? Reci.
Šta kažeš da me uzeli?
Zato što si nam se jako sviđala, Petra. Ti si nam se jako sviđala kod curica, mi smo tražili curicu i onda smo jednu lijepu i tebe smo našli i onda smo te odlučili uzeti.
Tata, ti mene voliš? Sada je s vama živi? Sada snimaš? Sada ne snimaš Dadu, Dava? Kaj ste vi?
Mi smo tebi mama i tata.
A sasta? Sasta?
Many times we are left in doubt. When Petra asks for a duster, we think she wants to play, but her eagerness suggests something else. It is almost like she is telling us how good she could be to us if we kept her.
Only a few weeks ago I was childless. I'm a mother now, and my heart is full.
Dobre, su dobre.
It feels so natural that this little girl is my daughter.
Nisu ulaži.
December 1, 2000. Our next stop is Australia. At the consulate we ask to apply for a child's visitor's visa, and once in Melbourne we can apply for a permanent visa. They refuse, saying there is a danger that Petra might stay in Australia for good. The officer advises us to contact the Australian embassy in Vienna.
Ne, ba sigurno da se mora napraviti po zakonu, mislim, što je tu je sad, morat ćemo malo produžiti boravak, meni se čini.
We decide to write to the Australian embassy in Vienna, hoping to get a positive response before Christmas.
January 4, 2001. We have received a reply from the Australian embassy in Vienna. A Croatian child cannot be granted an adoption visa as Croatia is not a party to the Hague Convention on Inter-Country Adoption. The only exception is where the adoptive parents have been residing overseas for 12 months at the time of the visa application. After being away for 5 months, I have to go back to work. I have a full-time job in Melbourne, which we need to keep us going. Davor and I will have to live apart.
Voliš taticu? Budeš s njime ostala sada? Budete vas dvoje došli kasnije za mnom? Da.
Our Australian friends advise us to write to the Australian Minister of Immigration and ask him for assistance.
Petra, Petra, Bog je živio. Lijepo ime Petra, Petra, Bog je živio.
Mnogo ljeta sretna bila, mnogo ljeta živila.
2, 3, 4! 4 godine! Sad možeš puhati. Još.
We usually try and plan our life, but this time life happened to us. I don't have any regrets. What we experienced in the last few months is bigger than any regulation.
10.
Da.
January 21, 2001. I felt terribly lonely when traveling home from the airport. It is hard to accept that Petra and Davor are miles away from me. I wish this was just a dream.
Ticket number B220.
At the Department of Immigration, I'm waiting for my number to be called. I'm advised to contact the county court to find out which steps need to be taken to get the adoption recognized in Australia. Then I'm told to see an adoption specialist lawyer. Yes, we have done everything and all the papers are in order, all the translation we have put, yes. Yeah, but what happens if, for instance, we do not get a visa? What happens then? Is there anyone that we can talk to?
2 weeks after Nina's departure, we received a reply from the Minister of Immigration. None of our additional questions are answered. I always assumed things would somehow work out, but now I'm having my doubts. With all the uncertainty, we believe it would help Petra to have a daily routine and have contact with other kids. Petra doesn't seem to be happy in kindergarten. Perhaps she is confusing it with the orphanage.
Now, I really do not understand how the fact that she is separated from me can be in Petra's best interest. I mean, it seems to me that in this case, this regulation doesn't serve its purpose.
Five weeks have passed since Nina's left for Australia and my life has changed completely. At 44, I've suddenly become not just a father, but a single father. With Petra, I adopted a slice of life I had never experienced before. Petra's arrival has suddenly awakened my sister's motherly feelings. She starts inviting us to her weekend house. Soon, Petra's visits become a weekend routine. Petra is very happy with all the attention, but I am not. My family is very supportive, but at the same time, I feel they are competing with me over my daughter.
Šta si ti meni? A? Šta mi je tata tvoj? Sin? Moj sin je? Ti si moja unučica.
Nisam.
Ja sam tvoja bakica, ti si moja unučica.
Ja nisam tvoja unučica.
Jesi, Bog me?
Nisam.
Jesi?
Nisam.
Ma jesi.
Nisam.
Ko je Davorova mama?
Ti ne znaš da je tata.
Ajde,
Mama.
reci baki ko je Davorova mama.
Mama Nina.
Mama Nina tebi Davor.
Da. A me je rodila.
Ko te je rodila? Tebe je rodila mama Maca. Znam gdje te je rodila?
Domu.
Nije te rodila. U kući, da. U bolnici te je rodila. A znaš gdje ti je nosila ona? Gdje?
U bolnicu.
Ne, znam u bolnicu, a gdje te je nosila? U ruci ili u trgu? U trgu te je nosila, jel da? Hoćeš i ti roditi curicu kad budeš velika? Ili ćeš posvojiti jednu curicu?
Posvojiti.
Yeah, and that's one of my favorites because she had with your daughter. She has to have a denim jacket. That's yours. Yeah, it's quite actually big now, but that's very good. Yeah.
Yes, I would like to make an appointment. Yes, it's regarding my daughter. My adopted daughter is for her visa. Have you already received the fax?
I've driven for 1 hour to St. Albans to an appointment with an immigration agent. Another futile attempt.
They told me to speak to you. Yeah, but they told me to speak to you. Okay, all right. Okay, bye. Can't believe it. Can't believe this.
It seems no one has a clear idea what should be done in this case.
Bako, zašto imaš tako velike oči? A Vuk kaže, da te bolje vidim. Bako, zašto imaš tako velike ščape? A Vuk ti kaže, da te bolje proguta moja crvenka bi se.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O.
B. My name is Petra. My name is Petra. My name is Petra. I tako, tata, kad se ušišam, da ću lijepa i pametna biti.
Bićeš jako lijepa kad se ušišaš.
Sutra će biti lijepi dan. Sutra će biti lijepi dan. Sutra će biti,
Despite my anxiety, I enjoy life with Petra. She makes me feel real.
Ti mene nikad ne daješ da te ja snimam. Ti samo uvijek mene snimaš.
But occasionally, I feel like I'm making too many mistakes. The other day, Petra was not listening to me. I told her something once, twice, 3 times, and then I exploded and smacked her on the back.
Zašto mu uzeli? Ja to ne znam i najmala te me tuče ako ćete me udali.
At times like this, I wonder what makes a good parent. Am I any better than Petra's birth mother, my Marta?
Tako mama da si ti moja mama i da me ti jako puno voliš.
Naravno da da, ja sam tvoja mama, ja te jako puno volim.
Lijepo ovako kad razgovaramo preko telefona, ali mi jako fališ, Miki. Jako mi fališ.
Jedva čekam da dođeš ovdje i onda da se skupa vozimo u autu. da skupa ležimo na krevetu, da se skupa šetamo, da skupa idemo svuda, da uvijek budemo zajedno i ti, tata i ja. It feels absolutely unfair. Why do we have to go through this emotional turmoil? I try imagining Petra and Davor being with me. Only the thought of being together stops me from being in total despair.
Adi, bok Petra.
Eventually, my sister took a plunge. Too old to adopt a child of Petra's age, she's decided to become a foster mother. Krista is a 5-year-old girl who was taken into care a few months ago. We are not sure how Petra will react to a new family member.
Ja ne volim tata Kristu, jer sam ljuta.
Ko će prije?
Ajde, ko će prije gledati?
Ja, fina ljuta. Krista, ajde Krista napred. Krista. Gle, po novoj majici, si baš fina. I to mora baš tako biti, ha?
To se bude osuđeno.
Čekaj, nemoj sad još molim te po stolcima. Krista. Nemoj mi
Se tako žalila.
Da, ma nekako se čudno ponaša.
Šta je meni Krista? Prijateljička ili sestra? Jeli?
Šta ti misliš, šta je ona tebi?
Sestra.
A year has gone by since I arrived in Zagreb, so I am now eligible to apply for a child migration visa. As I'm going to the Australian consulate, I feel so tense, I cannot even try to hide it.
Piše tamo u bukletu da treba jedan i drugi, pa da sam donio.
They tell me we'll have to wait up to 6 months to find out if our application is successful. I cannot help myself but being cynical about the whole migration system. I love this city in which I grew up and spent a good part of my life. Every street and house looks familiar and brings back memories. Still, from time to time I feel alone, displaced.
Evo, narasla si. Znaš?
Da vidim.
Evo.
The Australian embassy in Vienna informs us that to proceed any further, Petra must undergo medical examination.
Ja sam poslao sve što sam imao, ja sam poslao sve dokumente koje sam imao i prikupio prije 3 mjeseca zajedno sa momom, da. Da dođem sam ili sa Petrom?
The final decision will be made in Vienna. Okay, here we are. This building behind me is the Australian embassy in Vienna, and I hope this is my first and final encounter with this institution. I hope I'll walk there, I'll get in and I'll get this visa and finish the story, because honestly I'm really sick and tired of this procedure. In spite of my tension, I feel numb as I walk into the embassy. I am prepared for any possible questions, but what if I say something wrong? What if I give the wrong answer? All the officer wants to know is whether I contrived my stay in Croatia to bypass the regulation on inter-county adoption. My answer is no. Surprisingly, I am not excited. I feel flat and exhausted.
I kako je bilo? Da? Dobio si.
In 2 days we are flying to Melbourne. But there is something I still have to do. I will never really know what Petra's life was like before she came to us. I am eager to find out as much as I can about my daughter. I've decided to go to Budaševo, the village not so far away from Zagreb, to see Petra's birth mother, my Maca. This will be a surprise visit. I'm not going to tell her who I really am, because I'm afraid of her reaction. I know this is not very ethical, but I feel compelled to meet this woman and confront some of my doubts.
Gospođa Maca?
Dobar dan. Da, ja sam novinar sa nezavisne kablovske televizije. Da li bih mogao razgovarati malo s vama?
Drago mi je, izvolite.
Jel možemo doći kod vas?
Može, kako da ne, izvolite. Ja ne mogu odoleti da moje dijete nije kod mene i da ja za njom patim i da ja više niti živim, niti umirem. O, Sveta Bogorodice. Htjela bi ostati i bez očiju i bez ne znam čega, ali samo da mi se vrati. Jer ovo je gorije nego da je umrla. Da je umrla, znala bi, mrtva je, nema je. Da je među anđelima. Ali ovako. Ne znam ni šta ću, ni kako ću, ni kuda ću, ni kome ću.
Da li vi smatrate da postoji barem djelić krivice kod vas? Osobno da vam je oduzeti.
Možda je krivica bila u tome šta sam bila uz supruga, labilna osoba, pa šta sam znala popiti.
Da li je vaš bivši suprug bio grub prema vama i prema Petri?
Prema meni je. I još osobito kad je znao popiti. Prema meni je, ali prema Petri ne.
Mi smo u centru čuli da je bilo grubosti s vaše strane prema Petri. Da ste je probali sa jastukom čak da ste je pritisnuli, ne?
Ne, nije točno. Svi pripisuju što nije, a da nije se uzimalo alkohola, je. Ali opet toliko, koliko se priča, nije. To je preteška bol. Preteška je bol. A osobito koliko ja curice volim. Pa ona je za mene sve na svetu. Sve. Pa vi ne znate kakav je to, kakva je to bol, šta je to? Kad ja u snu čujem da ona mene zove, mama!
I'm not sure if everything Maca is telling me is the truth, but on an emotional level, I do trust her. I think that I just couldn't tell her who I really was. Given the circumstances, I thought that I would hurt her even more. And of course I was afraid. I was afraid to tell her I was Petra's new father. But I really felt, I felt terribly sorry for her.
Ti si moj tata.
Ti si meni kćer. Ja te puno volim.
I za tebe.
Voliš me?
Da.
Koga još voliš?
Mamu. Imam 1, 2, 3 mačke imam.
Gdje su mačke?
U Australiji.
Petra. Wow.
For me, this is it. My lifelong plan, made when I was 16, has been fulfilled.
Good morning, girls and boys. Good morning, Petra. This is my video camera. I got it. My dad made it out of the carton box. This is a screen, and this is a button, and then this is a microphone.
I treasure every moment spent with Petra. It feels like we have always been together. The other day, Petra looked at me, and I thought for one moment that I have never noticed anyone looking at me with such unconditional trust and love.
Kad se ja ženim, ja ću imati jednu čulicu koja će se zvati Petra. I onda ću ja nju posvojiti, to će biti moja čulica.
Our life is settling down, and I feel content. Assuming that life is a journey and not just a destination, I look forward to seeing my daughter grow. At the same time, I feel a certain melancholy and sadness as I miss the emotional intensity experienced in Croatia. And I think of my Marta. I can see her every time I look at Petra. One day we will go back to Croatia and we will all meet again. This is what I plan.